just wanted to, so in the release notes, when you get release notes, you'll notice that a lot of the app release notes went in a 21.13.03 release, and that got deployed out last night. And that's, there's just a lot of back-end things that we have to do in the app. I'm not really going to go through the release notes too much, but just know that if you're looking for it, that's where you'll find that information in the 21.13.03. And 21.13.03 is required for Aspen LiDA to work properly. So if your site isn't on 21.13.03 yet, yeah, it's not gonna work completely until we get that pushed out. And there's only like 2 sites where that's the case, and you should know who you are. But Aspen LiDA is now available on the app stores. So this is Google Play. So you can obviously just search for Aspen LiDA. You can see we've got our new logo. We're thrilled with this. It looks great. We got all of the things you need in an app store. We'll continue to publish information about what's new and that kind of thing within that. If you have downloaded an older version, please make sure to update. The new version is 21.14, and we're going to try to keep those in sync between the app and Aspen Discovery so that the 2 match. Want to first show just the login screen. I'm just going to show a screenshot of this to make it easier. So when you first log in, there's a splash screen where you can select your library. And if you need to, you can reset the geolocation. So we're going to load the geolocation by default to find libraries near you. If you need to reset it, you can. And then, so some of the things you'll notice compared to the last version, when you look for a library, we're doing a bunch of cool things. So we're showing your fave icon. So if you've uploaded an icon, we're going to display that for your patrons. As well as we're showing both the name of the branch and the name of the library, so, or the name of the site. So depending on what is installed, we're going to show that information. We think that's just going to help patrons really more easily find it. We were previously just showing the branch name, and we definitely had some people say our libraries or our patrons know us by the library name, not necessarily by the branch name. Maybe the branch is named after somebody famous in the community or that kind of thing. So yeah, so then once you're done with that, you'll select your library, enter your username, your PIN, and click the login button, and you're all in. So I'm going to stop and switch over to my phone. And we're going to switch on to LiDA here. So I'm already logged in here. So the first thing you're going to notice is we switched the view. So it used to be that you only saw one browse category at the time. We've got it now so that you're seeing all of the browse categories that are available on your site. So these are showing everything, including the browse category and the subcategory. And then if you're interested in cheese, you can scroll through those and see all of those. Right now we're showing the first 25 of them. But we can keep scrolling through. So this is everything that's currently active on your site. Just a really nice way to browse. So we're looking at things like how Netflix is doing it so that we can match what patrons are familiar with. Clicking on any of these, we're going to get more information about it. And you'll notice some changes here right away too. So we've got all of the different formats listed. So we've got book and ebook, as well as the different languages that they're listed in. So if we switch from book to ebook, we can see that this is available also in English, and we've got the option to easily check it out in Cloud Library, and then descriptive information as well. So let's just do, so that's the discovery. We think patrons are going to like this a lot. So moving over towards the search, similar functionality to what we had before. Let's do a couple of searches. So let's look for just Pride and Prejudice. One thing to note, previously, I don't know that people noticed, but it was really just showing, especially on that browse page, the physical materials in Overdrive. We weren't showing Cloud Library, Access 360, Hoopla. Those materials are all available now and can all be checked out. So let's go to Pride and Prejudice and we'll click into that. So here we can see we've got the audiobook, the e-audiobook, the ebook. If we click on each of those, so we can see, hey, we've got this available from Overdrive. We've got actually a couple of different formats, as well as Hoopla. So patrons can easily see, hey, we've got the 2007, the 2013, the 2016, whole bunch of different Hoopla options. We've brought forward the preview functionality. So let's not preview the audiobook because that's not super exciting on a phone in Zoom. But for the ebook, we can see that we can preview that from the book. And that loads up right away. We can scroll through it, jump around. So we can jump into chapter 52, which doesn't exist apparently. So there's chapter 1. So we can just start reading the preview right away. We can also check that out. So let's check that out from Overdrive. So we can see this is successfully checked out. We can jump over to our checkouts or keep browsing. So if we hit OK, we continue to browse. The checkout screen has been updated as well. So we're showing kind of that account summary, number checked out, number on hold, what's ready for pickup, what's overdue. If you want to refresh this, just drag down and that refreshes it right away. So familiar interface to patrons. So here we've got our Pride and Prejudice ebook. Let's click on that. Brings up a little drawer with all of the common options. So we can renew it once, and we can try to renew it. It's not going to renew yet because I just checked it out, but we can read it online. We can return it. So here we go straight back into it. So patrons don't necessarily have to get Libby or anything. They can just read online directly from, or listen online directly from Aspen LiDA. If we have things like, let's look at a book. So we've got some auto renew functionality here, so we can see that when things will auto renew if they were eligible, or these weren't, so they didn't. If things are, if you can renew things, the renew will show up in that drawer. And for things like the e-content, if you can return it, we can return that now. So we can get rid of Pride and Prejudice, and that's that. We can do the renew all functionality as well. For on hold, we're going to show anything ready for pickup. We're going to show frozen things so that you get good status indications, showing position, all of the things that you expect from Aspen Discovery. We're showing that information here. We can do freezing, canceling, changing pickup location. So all of that functionality is available within Aspen LiDA. Let's do another search. So let's just do a quick search for Owen. Just wanted to show how things work when we have multiple languages. So here, let's click into Owen. We can see we've got, in this case, an audiobook and an e-audiobook, and it's available in both Spanish and English. So here we're showing the e-audiobook is available from Hoopla in Spanish, and if we click into English, it's also available in English from Hoopla. If we look at the audiobook, that's not available in English, so we're clearly showing that. So we think this is a nice, like, really concise way of showing what can be a ton of information in a ton of different formats. So like Pride and Prejudice, where we were showing that before, like there's potentially a lot of those. And this is just our test site, and it's using test e-content, so it doesn't have as many variations as some of our sites. So we wanted to show just that variation in a concise way. So we're happy with that, and we'd love your feedback on that, and if that's something that we should actually even do within Aspen Discovery. So we think there's going to be a lot of cases where the app is going to inform Aspen Discovery and vice versa. Aspen Discovery can inform Aspen LiDA. So we're excited for that. A lot of the card functionality and things have stayed the same. So if we click into card, we still see the same scannable barcode. We do have information about the library, so some of the icons as well for the actual library. The account functionality we talked about, the checked out and the on hold. Previously, we were swiping left or right to do things. Now, if you click on it, it's going to bring up that drawer so that you can take action. So we think that's going to be easier for patrons to work with. So same thing there. We can cancel, freeze, change pickup location. Within the more functionality, we do have additional information. So we've got contact information. We're showing library hours. We've made some updates for how things work, especially if you're not showing, if you don't have hours within Aspen, that's showing based off your location information. Call the library is using the information stored within Aspen Discovery. Same with email the librarian. And then the get directions is using the address that's, whoops, screen keeps timing out. So the get directions is using the address stored within the locations table or within the locations within Aspen Discovery. We also added a new contact email in Aspen settings as well, so that you can set that, and the website is also using that. So happy to show where those are done within the Aspen admin interface if you want to, or just let us know. But pretty much everybody has those filled out. So it's the address for the actual branch. Looks like we've got a couple of questions. So a lot of people liking the language and format toggles, people that like the book Owen. Yep, and Morgan put in, so under primary configuration and locations is where that's being set. All of that information here for emailing a library and getting directions. I don't know where actually this is. This is getting directions to Kansas right now. So our main branch is in Kansas currently. That works. So with the actual libraries, it's there. Same thing, so email and visiting our website is taking you to those. And then one question about if there is a way to do filters before or after the searches. We haven't added faceting yet to Aspen LiDA, something on our roadmap. And I think we're going to kind of see what kind of facets are most useful to people to make sure that we're doing the right things, because on a small device, it can get hard to add. We don't want to add too much complexity to it. Make it easy for patrons to do the most important things. What other questions are there? Or I can turn it back to Cal, and we've got some fun and games. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and stop sharing and turn it back over to Cal. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome.